morning, gentlemen. I think I'll digress from America to something close to India, and that is the Maldives. The Maldives have, a small group of islands in the center of the Indian Ocean, and they are very sparsely populated. There are over 100 islands, and many of them are not inhabited, and the state religion which they follow is Sunni Islam. And probably that has got something to do with their way of thinking, because the new president who has been elected is totally anti-India, and he's been going about things in a way in which antagonized the Indian state. There were about few soldiers which India was maintaining at the request of the Maldives government, the earlier government. He's asked them to leave by 15th March. And many people are asking what the Indian government is going to do with the Maldives. Now, Maldives are, having a pretense of being a big power because they think they're going to get backing from China. Now, if you look at the logistics, the map, China is thousands of miles from the Maldives, and if tomorrow India mounts an invasion of this island group, I don't think China can come to their rescue. And before, like Rip Van Winkle, they can sue Caput, I think the Maldives will just fall, and this president, I don't want to name him, he'll be running around like a hat here and there, like a cat. So I think what's required is a strong stand by Narendra Modi, the Indian Prime Minister. We mustn't forget that in 1987 there was a famous operation launched by the Indian Prime Minister, then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, called Operation Cactus, where entire plane loads of Indian paratroopers flew in from Agra in the IL-76, landed in the Maldives, and overthrew some terrorist organizations who had come there to take over the country. And I think within half an hour, the whole battle was over. So the Maldives must be fair. That's what's going to happen. But perhaps that can be avoided because the way things are going, I think this man, the president, is losing sport. He's lost the mayoral election in the capital, and there are many people opposed to him, and they are going suffering economically because the tourism is a lifeline for them, and the Indian tourists from India to the Maldives has become a trickle. There are very few going. Nobody wants to go there, and some of the big Indian groups are now developing the Lakshadweep Islands at the request of Narendra Modi to see that they can develop it as a tourist paradise as an ancillary to the Maldives. The Maldives, gentlemen, is a boycotted state. Let's accept the fact. And 3 junior ministers there made some obscene statements against the Indian Prime Minister, which shouldn't be tolerated, though they were dismissed or rather suspended. But the fact remains that this was in very poor taste. I think it basically shows the inherent hatred of the Maldives leadership against India, and the feeling that they are part of Israel or something like that. Well, Israel has a right to exist. Anybody deny that? And least of all the Maldives. The Maldives should really worry about themselves. Their problem is not India or China. Their problem is internal, because this could be very soon an extremist organization taking over the Maldives, and that will be the end of this man, the president, and he will probably be running around here and there. So before that happens, I think it would be right for the Indian army, under the guidance and direction of Premier Modi, to intervene in the Maldives. I don't think this small nation should be allowed to dictate when the population is just about equal to a colony of Delhi. Even Karol Bagh's got a bigger population than the Maldives. And Maldives thrives on tourism, and I still haven't been understood what's the hatred this man has got for India. The only hatred I can think is perhaps religious. That's the only thing. Otherwise, India is supporting them with millions of dollars. And going to China and then, asking the Chinese tourists to come. Chinese tourists are not going to come. When they come, they see to it that they eat up the entire country. Look what they did in Sri Lanka. And the Sri Lankan Prime Minister is talking all nonsense now, see some of his statements. One of the ports has been handed over to China for 99 years. Nepal's in trouble. The Pokhara airport almost in the control of China now, and Nepalese government is not able to do anything. So these are the leaderships like Nepal and Sri Lanka, who have sold their soul to the Chinese. And they don't mind being slaves of the Chinese, and they'll say, yes, sir, Chinese are great, good people. Not realizing that in due course of time, they're heading for doom. The Maldives is probably in the same boat. It's relying on China, but China's not going to be able to do much there. And recently, Subramanian Swamy, one of the maverick Indian leaders who has strong connection with the RSS, has really made a statement that I wonder if Narendra Modi is going to take the same stand, like Rajiv Gandhi did in 1987 and launched the invasion of the Maldives. I think it would be within the realm of possibility, but there's a possibility, as I said, that the Maldives regime itself collapse under its own weight. Tuck. Let's wait and see, gentlemen, what happens. And the Maldives shouldn't think they are very powerful or something like that, and they're going to get away with it. You must remember, so many murderers, they feel they'll murder and get away, and then they probably sit and laugh, and then the last laugh is when they either sent to the gas chamber or hanged. So, gentlemen, goodbye. I hope you like my video, share it with your friends. I look forward to your support, and in the meanwhile, come back, and it'll be my pleasure that in case you spend time watching mine, listening to my videos and giving your comments. Thank you, sir.